meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more. Good morning, everyone. Welcome and Om Shanti to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. We are streaming live from the nation's capital in Virginia, Maryland, Washington D.C. What does that mean? It means the metro area where we do most of our service, where we have been for actually 25 years, hosting a variety of programs and events that help to promote emotional well-being. It's always my pure wish and pure desire that you're taking care of yourself and you're doing well. When we look at the condition and the state of the world, we can get a little bit concerned, wondering if it's going to continue like this over and over again. Like history keeps repeating itself. When we look at the wars that are taking place, famine, I can understand famine. In the last 100 years, the population has multiplied 5 times over. How do you find enough food and grains and water to feed an additional 6 billion souls on the planet just in the last 100 and so years? Actually, I think it's 6.5 billion souls. So we had 1.4 billion souls up to 1900 that we were supporting. Water, food, opportunities, and so on. And within the last 100 and just a little bit over 100 years, now we have over 8 billion souls on the planet. Where do we get enough food? Where do we get enough water? How can the policies that our governments shape actually support the citizens of their country where nobody's left behind? It sounds like a great idea to actually come up with a system and a plan that nobody is left out of the story of living a life that is golden aged. What I've loved about the teachings of the Brahma Kumaris Raj Yoga is that it really turns the attention back to you. What are you first thinking? Why are you thinking that thought? And then if it's clear to you where it's beneficial for the whole, then we act on it. If it's very driven by selfishness or greed or just the I, what's in it for me or mine, then you'll realize you're taking from the society. Someone's going to be somehow left out and feel as if they were not thought about. But we're in that time. We're in an age of settling, of karmas, of many, many lifetimes. The other day I was talking to a sister and she said, "What's my part, Sister Jenna? What's my part?" Now she is an old soul. So I've told her, you've played so many parts, you don't need to even wonder what your part is. Right now your part is to have a deep, intimate relationship with God and change the world. That's your part now. For old souls, they've done so much. For souls who are new, it's different. Now, from 1900, the population is just a little bit over 1 billion. We're at 2024, the population is over 8 billion people on the planet. You know, that's huge. What do government leaders, what can they do to make sure every citizen in their country has proper drinking water, has food on their table, have economic security, job security, and even health? And that's why when you think about it in that way, there's no way a government leader, a president, a prime minister, a commander of a military can actually find the answer to take care of every citizen unless the citizens are a very big part of taking care of themselves. When Obamacare came about in America, where we were given an opportunity for free health care, I remembered very well when I would go to my physician and I would have a health opportunity. I used to sit and think, why do I have to go to a physician to help me to be healthy? I should have been taking care of my health. There are people that are smoking, drinking, having multiple relationships with multiple people without protection, and they're making their bodies and everything so unhealthy. So they go to a doctor, they get a drug and a medicine, they blame the government for this, for that, etc. And it just keeps breaking down the fiber of our society. We just keep getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and yet we are the ones that we're waiting for. We are the answer to saving our world. And a lot of times you wonder, how can I save the world? It's too large, it's bigger than me. Start with saving yourself. In the teachings of Raj Yoga, the first and most important thing is consider yourself a soul. What does that mean? Well, the moment you break away from the attachment to your name and gender and role and title and religion and nationality, you actually begin to harness the energy that you actually are. You have a lot of energy in you, but it's getting drained by your attachment to your race, your religion, your political party, your political affiliation. I know everyone in the world is tuning in. I know people from all over the world are tuning in to the next normal. And I have to tell you, if you look at the news in America, you wonder, how is America even still existing? Sometimes I feel like it's moving to its last leg. Conflict upon conflict between political people. And it's as if, aren't you here to serve the citizens of this nation? Instead of fighting amongst yourselves, there's got to be a better way to get along. And so where the two cats are fighting, the third cat who's watching goes and steals the butter, as I say. You watch these two people fighting. When somebody really wants to control you and take you over, they will create fake news, fake information, fake stories to pollute your thinking and your mind, to watch the two people fighting, knowing they will exhaust, they will deplete, and they will end up with nothing, while the other one who was strategizing it behind the scene is smiling and grinning and saying, I got them. That's all that's happening in the world. It's not just in America, it's in Africa, it's in Russia, it's in the Middle East. There's something in the fiber of people's consciousness. Hear me now. Get that algae out of your personality and there will be world peace. If you don't understand my acronym of algae that I use, A for anger, L for lust, G for greed, A for attachment, E for ego, is why there's famine, violence, wars, lack, poverty, fear, mistrust, disillusionment. That's all. And when you think about how we can actually save the world, you've got to turn the attention within yourself and save yourself. Save yourself from algae. You've got to. I remembered my life when I was in the throes of this iron-aged world of existence, when living the life of the ego and the drinking and the partying and the cheating and the lying and the stealing, all of that, whatever that was in the world. It just seems so normal. It's normalized. And I've said in my previous shows, if God is sitting in that war room, would God tell a political leader to launch a missile on another one of his children? There is no way he would touch that leader's intellect to destroy another one of his children. He would actually tell them, meet, talk, find out what's needed. Even if you can't give them, you just tell them, I can't give you this now, but let's negotiate and compromise something. I've been in situations where I didn't get cooperation from the people that I needed the cooperation from, but it didn't stop me from growing and building myself. Maybe they were not the ones that I'm supposed to get the cooperation from, but I found that because I maintained good wishes and pure feelings, I got cooperation from the other side. And that's what's happening in countries, you know. One country isn't given the cooperation to a country, so they go to another country, and that country has agenda, motives, and things that are also maybe not so good for other countries. You get distracted. All you wanted was for your people to be free. All you want is for your people to have a good life. But if you're not thinking that and you forget that as a world leader, you make a decision that ends the life of your people in your country. So how do we save the world? Physically, they'll say policies, Earth Day's coming up, no more plastics. They'll say job opportunities. They'll say make sure that there's proper education and proper health. We have all of that everywhere we turn. Our governments have given us everything. Our systems are not working as well as they used to because they were governed by people who were in positions of power who didn't think about the small person. But where's the spiritual cure? Why isn't spirituality a part of policy making? What is everyone afraid of? That they will not integrate the awareness of teaching everyone. Consider yourself a soul. Your original religion is peace. What gets lost when you let everybody on the planet know that? Consider yourself a soul. Your original religion is peace. Live it. Industry that build weapons of mass destruction will be out of business. Industries that produce bullets, ammunition, will be out of business. Multi-trillion-dollar industry would fall to the floor if everyone considered themselves to be peaceful souls. How do you save the world? Save yourself. Remove algae from your personality. Everyone that you meet, you have a conversation. Who are you? What's your purpose here? What do you want to do the most? What do you want out of your life? Have these conversations around your dinner table, at parties, at bars, at clubs. What is the cure for civilization to become a better place, for our children to look forward to living in? Now our kids are spending so much time on the smartphone because they don't see any hope. They look at these illusionary images of people dancing, singing, this, that. It's not real. Transform and save yourself. You will save our world. Get algae out of your personality. There will be no more conflict amongst people or amongst nations. Consider yourself a soul, a spiritual being, immortal, eternal, imperishable, pure, powerful, loving, and clear. Then, accept God will become very present for you. And when God gets present, He fills you up with more of that vibration. And if one citizen has that, then 100 citizens carry that vibration, then 1 million citizens carry that vibration, then 1 billion citizens carry that vibration, then 5 billion citizens carry that vibration. What are you going to have? World peace. Now, my challenge to you, do you believe that you are a peaceful and powerful being? PP, peace and power. Add another P, peace, power, and purity. Do you believe that's who you are? Peaceful, powerful, and pure. Let's take a moment to meditate on this for a while. Just take a deep breath in. You have to save yourself if you're going to save the world, you know. Take this moment and settle inside yourself. Breathe in and exhale. At this moment, I gradually allow my thoughts to settle into peace. And carefully, I observe these thoughts, and I am able to sense if I, the being of consciousness, am in harmony with myself. As a soul, the soul feels everything, whether it is aware of it or not. The heart, even though physical, signals to either soul if I'm embracing or resisting, if I'm including or excluding, if I'm loving or if I'm hateful. So behind these eyes sits the living soul. In fact, I've come to realize that we are all souls, so we are all the same. Our stories are different, but we are the same in the form of being a soul. And that means we're all included. The soul feels uncomfortable when it excludes anyone because of an attachment to religion, race, gender, nationality, even the body. And every time I find myself excluding someone from my story, I too am excluded from another story. When we hurt, it's a sign that we're in need of a powerful lesson. So sitting in this meditation, I open myself to an unfolding, larger connection, for I, the soul, am a giver and a receiver of light. And in this consciousness of light, I can embrace the community of all souls and respect every soul for the journey that they're on, inwards and upwards. We all come from the same source, the divine, a source of love, peace, purity, kindness, and truth. As I sit here in this awareness, I can see and I can feel the many things I have in common with another. I can feel that my story is included with theirs and theirs with mine. In this natural awareness of inclusivity, when I think and speak and listen and see from behind my eyes, I release stereotypes and illusions from my world, because I, the soul, am energy, light, the life force. When I'm aware of this, experience the real I, the more I live from the source of love and kindness. I am a warrior of inclusivity, and I carry my weapons of love to include all and to be included by all. My journey is one from inwards and upwards, bringing with the real I a natural state of power and beauty. As a warrior of inclusivity, I'm unstoppable in my every move towards peace, unity, and love. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome back. That was one of my old albums from Inclusion Revolution. America was going through so much, and it still is. But I remembered putting that album together. We pulled the writings from the Bill of Rights, the preamble. We created all these meditations on how to become citizens that can really help our society. So please go on Spotify and you'll be able to get Inclusion Revolution by Sister Jenna. I don't know if they have it scrolling there on the screen, but it's a really wonderful album. So Santosh, tell me, if we were to turn to our awakened intelligence, chat, what do you call it, AI, artificial intelligence, what would AI say is needed to save our world? How do we save the world? What can we do to save the world? Well, it's a complex goal that involves multiple strategies and actions. You see, I'm telling you, if you just practice soul consciousness and you remember the Supreme Father, you won't need all of this. Practice soul consciousness and you will save the world. Save yourself and you'll save the world. But let me see what chat's saying. Environmental conservation, yes. Reduce of carbon footprints, yes. Protect biodiversity, support and participate in efforts to preserve natural habitats, yes. Social justice and equity, support human rights, yes. Support policies that promote equality and protect the rights of marginalized people, yes. Community involvement, engage in community service, support local nonprofits like your meditation museum, yes. Education, promote and support access to quality education for all, yes. Economic sustainability, support fair trade and ethical practices. Choose products and services from companies that adhere to ethical labor practices, environmental standards. That's a big one. Preservatives on the shelves are killing us. But yes, promote economic development. Support initiatives that provide skills training and create jobs in underdeveloped areas. Yes. Vote and participate in the governance. Engage in a political process. Stop manipulating our voting system. Get rid of the electoral process, the electoral college. We don't need it in America anymore. That was back in the day. That needs to go. But stop manipulating our voting processes, but enhance it and make it suitable for everyone to make their choices in their country. Policy advocacy. Advocate for policies that address key issues such as climate change, economic inequality. Yes. Health and well-being, public health initiatives. You notice there's nothing here about meditation? Do you see that there's nothing here about soul awareness? Nothing. Public health initiatives. Support public health campaigns and policies that aim to improve health outcomes. Mental health awareness. Promote mental health awareness and support efforts to reduce stigma and provide sources for mental health care. Technology innovation. Invest in sustainable technology, support or participate in the development of technologies. Data and transparency. Use technology to increase transparency. Cultural awareness and preservation. Cultural exchange and education. Participate and support initiatives to promote cultural understanding, like our Soul of India. Support the arts and community projects. Engage and support the arts, which can play a big role in transforming communities. Yes. Global cooperation. Support international aid. Contribute to or volunteer in international aid initiatives. Promote peace building. Engage and support efforts. Now look, I'm just tired reading it. AI. Everything here is true. But if the people who are governing those things are rooted in algae and body consciousness, they're only going to make a policy that is specifically only for their people. Do you get it? Why I'm telling you the importance of saving yourself by eliminating algae from your attitude, behavior, consciousness, thought process, is that when you offer all of these things towards saving our planet, it will have the energy of that vibration, the intent. Everyone will pick up that intent. If the people that are still behind all of these ideas for serving or saving the planet are driven by anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego, it's still a problem. There are people using technology to kill another person. But we can use technology to enhance the life of a person. That too is there. I'm not denying that. We're able to have an interaction with each other. So it's a good thing. Practice knowing who you are. And when you're with your friends, you ask each other, what do you really want, brother? Who are you? What's our purpose here? And don't think it's just to drive and drink and party. Yes, that has its time. Taste it a little bit. Don't get trapped in it. It's not real. It's a distraction from being a contributor towards making the world a better place. Thank you so much for joining us on The Next Normal. I hope today has touched your heart and given you some sense of inspiration and guidance. It's our pure wish that this takes you to another level each and every time that we meet, Monday through Friday. It's also available 24/7, anytime you wish, after we go live, of course. But lots and lots of love to you. And let's break the walls down of this algae, especially the attachment that we have in the algae. Remember, to break this attachment, you've got to practice loving everybody the same. And what you'll realize, you're so free. You become so free. Take care. See you again soon.